pace. 31 and a half, junior Witter. Getting on a bit. Lynes 4 years younger. Got a bit of height, both inside 10 stone, and the same reach. Very different styles, though. Witter been around a little bit longer, more experience, and the bigger puncher. 54 looks minimal. He hits harder than that. The Lynes has got to watch him early.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the legendary York Hall Bethnal Green here in East London. Barry Hearn for Matchroom Sport, in association with Hennessy Sport, proudly presents for your entertainment 12 rounds of boxing for the European, British and Commonwealth Light Welterweight Championship. Sponsored here by PokerMillion.com, and a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live and exclusive here on Sky Sports. It's Friday Fight Night. All the officials have been appointed by the EBU, the Commonwealth Council, and the British Boxing Board of Control. Supervisor in charge is Mr. Charlie Giles. Area representative is Mr. Mick Collier, and timekeeper at the bell from Northwood is Mr. Peter McCann. Our 3 scoring judges, all from England: Mark Green, Terry O'Connor, and Mickey Van. And the referee in charge of the action from Kent is Mr. Richie Davis. So, sports fans, they are the officials. Here are the contestants. Firstly, and introducing to you, the challenger. He's fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the blue trunks, trimmed with silver. Weighing in at 9 stone, 13 pounds, 11 ounces. Bringing a 27 fight record, 26 wins, 9 inside the scheduled distance, and only 1 loss. He's the undefeated IBO Light Welterweight Champion of the world. Coming to the ring from Hornchurch, it's Colin Lynes. And across the ring is the champion. He wears the black trunks trimmed with silver, weighed in at 9 stone, 13 pounds, 11 ounces, 8:35 fight record, 32 wins, 19 inside the scheduled distance, 1 loss and 2 draws. He is the reigning and defending European, Commonwealth and British Light Welterweight Champion. Would you please welcome from Bradford, Junior Witter. So, sports fans and Sky Sports fans, 12 rounds of boxing for the British, Commonwealth and European Light Welterweight Championship.
Okay, fellas, you've both had your instructions in the dressing rooms. Behave yourselves, do as you're told. You know what's expected of you. God bless you both. Shake hands.
Intriguing triple title trade fight in the most traditional of settings. Bradford's Junior Witter defending his European, Commonwealth and domestic light welterweight belts against the worthy old-fashioned boxer from Hornchurch, Colin Lynes. The champion, an overwhelming favourite. The challenger, a huge underdog. Can Lynes surprise at a time when Witter may be open to questions? Or will this go down to levels? Simple as that.
Well, straight away you can see the confident look about Witter. He's just standing in front of Lynes, pushing him around the ring, just forcing him, showing him he can move him in any direction he likes. So Lynes just has to, I think he's going to have to find his confidence tonight. Witter can be sensational in the early stages of fights, then sometimes go to sleep. So Lynes has to be very careful, obviously, in the early stages.
Most critics believe Witter early, but some say if Lynes can weather the storm and take Witter later on, it might just open the stamina of Witter. Has been a bit lackadaisical of late. The multi-talented Bradford fighter.
Witter is very good at punishing mistakes, so Lynes obviously has to be careful. He's not a fighter who makes a lot of mistakes, he's very well controlled, but Witter is trying to intimidate him a little bit in the early stages here. Just feint at him. There he's tried the first right hand.
Stalking, marching Lynes around, gets a left in, shows him the orthodox stance to box from first. Witter coming off a very, very close win, defending his European title last time out against Andrei Kostelnik.
I'd like to see Lynes maybe just slowing down a little bit with the foot movement, because there'll be no snap whatsoever in any punches he throws. He wants to settle down, tighten his defence and try and get the jab working, but he's been moved around the ring too much. Just settle down a little bit.
Witter turns southpaw as the fans get behind Colin Lynes. Very popular, amiable out of the ring, done everything the hard way, but is he good enough to deal with a man like Witter?
The left uppercut just missed Lynes' whisker there, thankfully. But you can see Witter is not hanging around here. He's not treating this as a workout. He wants to get Lynes out of there as soon as he can.
A confident, snarling look about Junior Witter. He's straight down to business.
Saturday, that is Saturday, November the 26th. It's Ricky Hatton against Carlos Mousa, the unification matchup for the World Light Welterweight title, a special event coming to Sky Box Office.
Ricky Hatton leading the way in the World Light Welterweight division, but how long has Junior Witter wished for a fight with the Hitman? Maybe it will come off. He's highly ranked in all the world governing bodies. The switch hitter in the black and silver hair, making just the first defence of his British title, also European and Commonwealth, on the line against Colin Lynes, who seemed a bit overawed early, Jim.
Yeah, he wasn't severely rattled in the opening round. I think it's pretty much this is what he expected. He expected to be pushed around the ring, but he didn't do anything silly. He didn't react to the punches coming his way foolishly. So it's nice and controlled stuff, but obviously lost it by a mile. But this is what he has to do, find ways. He has to frustrate Witter. Witter is trying to draw mistakes. The main thing is don't make any mistakes. Let Witter be the one to become frustrated and try things out. Maybe be able to counter him. He can't afford to be too adventurous, especially in the early stages. Witter is the one who has the pressure to perform tonight, not Lynes. That's better.
Sharp right hand from Colin Lynes, who's had the experience of going 12 rounds with a couple of decent names in Pablo Sarmiento and Joaquin Gallardo.
See, Witter's not finding the target with these shots, so he may be the one who starts getting a little bit annoyed and starting doing some silly things. He realises he has to raise the pace a little bit because he hasn't rattled Lynes, so maybe he'll be the one to make mistakes.
Driven himself into tip-top condition, Colin Lynes, alongside one of our best featherweights, Nicky Cook.
Nice little jab through the middle from Lynes. I mean, there are signs already that Witter is the one. He realises he has to be doing better than he's doing. He's not finding the target. He's getting a little bit annoyed and he's forcing things a little bit, not coming all that smoothly for Witter.
Witter may sense he needs to send out a statement to the world elite in this 10-stone division. There's pressure on him too.
up. I think the tactics are right for Lynes in the early stages. He's not winning anything, but he's confusing Witter. He's making him force his work. But Witter still does have that confident look about.
Not landing crisply and cleanly yet, Witter, but the authority is with the champion.
Then you catch him. You catch him with the one shot onto the three shot, which are just a little bit out of distance. Dummy him, get him, make the mistakes, then you'll catch him.
The wise old words of Brendan Ingle, who schooled a few tricky customers in the past, Jim.
Yeah, but just as I was saying earlier, he's telling him to force mistakes and then you'll catch him. But Lynes, up to now, is not making any. And I think at the back of his mind, there might have been a fear, Lynes, that maybe he would be blasted out quickly. Well, we're in the third round now, so he's still there, still doing well, not winning anything as yet. But good controlled boxing.
As Witter's stablemate Johnny Nelson told us earlier, this the round that Witter has predicted he will win the fight in. His old stablemate Nassim Hamad was a master of predictions until he got to a certain level. Let's see what happens.
But Lynes is just going to have to settle down and try and get some snap into his own punches. He's flicking with punches which Witter can come right through and do as he pleases up close. Has to settle down a little bit, try and get some snap into the right hand. He's not a massive puncher, but he's got to give Witter something to think about.
Only 9 knockouts in his 26 wins, Colin Lynes. Firepower very much with Witter.
But Witter knows he's not really shining here. He's hardly really landed any clean punches as yet. I mean, Lynes has been too negative to win any of the rounds, although there's not a lot of difference in punches landed. Good right hand there. But he's just a little bit too negative to expect rounds to be scored in his favour.
Left hook from Colin Lynes, who's made a conservative start, maybe hoping to draw Witter into the trenches. And he's seen the tapes, Lynes. Last 2 fights, Witter's had to go the distance.
Yeah, but he knows you see the best of Junior Witter in the first 4 or 5 rounds of a fight, and if he hasn't scored a stoppage, he seems to switch off and just be content to go there. He's walked right onto the jab. See, Witter is the one making mistakes now. This is an excellent start from Lynes.
And now he's got the middle of the ring, Colin Lynes. But only for a moment.
But Witter is leaping, he's jumping, he's throwing punches from strange angles. There's nothing smooth about his work. So the signs of frustration at this moment are in Witter's work. But you know, this one single punch can turn things all the way around in his favour, because he really does have power.
The corkscrew uppercuts, the hooks from both sides. He has taken 15 men out in his 17 fights since that world title attempt at Zab Judah.
But then again, he's made Witter miss and landed with a little jab, no snap in it whatsoever.
And no prediction.
Not much in that round, Adam.
Nice and deep.
Nicky Cook's father, Paul, in the corner.
Sharp jabs. Right, Colin? Hands up. Doing well, right?
He's pleased.
Yeah, he can totally be pleased, because he's the one who's doing the frustrating against probably the most frustrating fighter in the country.
Here's the 4th. Remember the black and silver and white boots of Junior, the hitter Witter. Signed up by Oscar De La Hoya over in the States, where he went and put a tremendous performance against Lovemore and Doe. He damaged a hand, and that's been affecting him of late. Been a mixed start.
See, I think the problem for Witter, he's been looking for a one-punch blast out since the opening bell. So maybe now he's realised he's going to have to box a little bit more. Box for the openings as opposed to just walking right in and finishing this job with one punch. but there's no smoothness in his work as yet.
Lynes closes the range, hanging in, composed look, sensible.
See Witter boxing a little bit more in this round, trying to go in behind the left hand, looking for the openings, change his attitude slightly.
Lynes was the better amateur.
Not good head movement from Lynes, he's still frustrating Witter. Tactics are still good, we still have a long way to go on this one.
The fans from Essex raise their voices. Each round that goes by is a mental success for Colin Lynes.
See, he's not really taking any clean punches, Lynes, but the problem is he's still a little bit negative as far as managing to win any rounds. There's the left hand, he's the one landing the punches.
Obviously the tactics to just try and keep Witter at bay for the early part of the fight. Maybe losing the rounds, but will he come on straight with that fitness?
What's the headline?
Yep, a little bit more adventure from Lynes there. The jab working. Left hand again, then it goes, 3 punches on the turn. This is the best spell we've seen from Colin Lynes.
Witter looking open.
I think Witter expected this to be a lot easier than it is. He's got some problems here because nothing he's tried so far has been working.
Colin Lynes right back in this. And the fans are loving it. British, Commonwealth, European titles on the line, and there will be a game next week.
He's coming in with some big shots here. And a big right hand. And he's got him on the go a little bit here.
Another mouth-watering match between Michael Hunter, Hartlepool fighter, and Isham Pickering, who's Junior Witter's stable mate. Might be very pleased about what he's watching here. Let's see a friend of this.
All right, come on.
Here's the 5th round, 168th of Junior Witter's career, 155th of Colin Lynes. Witter has operated at a much, much higher level. And for Lynes, this is a big, big opportunity, and he is still very much in this.
And I think the most important thing as far as Lynes is concerned, he's the one who's showing a little bit of improvement. Witter becoming frustrated, annoyed, still trying to walk right up to Lynes and let some bombs go. Seems to have abandoned the boxing technique he was using in the previous round. See, he wants to turn around with one punch, and it's not happening for him.
Look good for the first half of both affairs, Lovemore and and Andreas Kotelnik. But there's a feeling amongst some critics that Junior Witter's time might be slipping slightly from him.
Well, Witter's timing looks off, but I really think we have to credit Lynes because his tactics have been perfect. He knows how powerful this guy is, so he is concentrating on the punches coming his way. Then, if he manages to block or slip, then he's thinking about the counter. Then he's coming back with them now. Well, Witter does not look world class here, Adam, does he?
They have done their homework. Maybe they watched the tape of Barrera beating Hamad as well, behind that jab. The way to beat an Ingle fighter.
And Witter has a history of his work becoming more ragged as time goes on. He produces his best form in the early stages. So if Lynes has seen the best of it, who knows, Adam? Witter still not finding any target here.
Right hand from Colin Lynes. And Junior Witter is having to take punches.
Witter is actually looking like a novice at times here. He does not know what to do with Colin Lynes. He expected this to be easy, and it's quite the opposite, and it's becoming harder for him. Still looking at him to change it with one punch, not using his skills, his speed, or his timing.
No rhythm. Hasn't looked right, really, has he, Witter, from the opening bell?
I think we have to give Lynes full credit for that, because his tactics, obviously the danger time is now, but there's a bit more confidence in Lynes' boxing. He just has to watch for overconfidence, but still, he hasn't made one single mistake since the first bell. That's 10, Joe. Witter cannot find the target, and he's being countered now.
Methodical. Correct tactics from Lynes. And another one for the challenger. And look at this crowd.
Face, hit him clean shots in the face.
They've been telling Witter to relax there in the corner.
Yeah, well, he's forcing the work now. He's the frustrated one. I mean, Witter has spent his whole career being the one who causes problems. Well, tonight he's the one trying to solve some problems.
Here's the 6th round. We're in the 10-stone light welterweight division, sparkling worldwide. Ricky Hatton, of course, the IBF champion, looking to unify the WBA belt with Carlos Mauser at the end of November. Miguel Cotto, WBO holder, after that rough and tumble thriller he had last time out with Torres, and Floyd Mayweather as well. WBC king, right hand from Witter.
Witter looking a bit more business-like at the beginning of the 6th round here. Lynes just becoming a little bit ragged there. That was a sloppy attack. He moved in trying to clinch. Lucky he wasn't punished for that.
Combination from Lynes, but Witter seems just to have upped his work after a couple of sloppy rounds.
Well, he's trying to box his way in again, Witter, as opposed to walking in, finding out one single punch. Still missing badly.
And still a ragged look about him.
Yeah, all down to Lynes. Lynes is concentrating on the punches coming his way. He's aware of the dangers. I mean, he's never stayed in the same spot for a split second. He's been on the move all the while. Just some of the rounds he's been a little bit negative, and this is one of them.
Well schooled with the Hornchurch and Elm Park Amateur Boxing Club, won national schools titles. Got to the semis in the English ABA light welterweight class. He's fairly decent boxer, Colin Lynes, but Witter starting to find the punches to unlock him here in the 6th round.
He knows he can turn it with one punch, and he's done it here. The Lynes is wits are about him. He's doing the right thing, covering up, bobbing, weaving, just trying to survive.
Comes back with one, but he was hurt there, Colin Lynes. First time in the fight. 30 seconds left in the 6th round.
That's the first real signs of danger for Colin Lynes, but really it's probably the first real clean shot that Witter has landed.
Oh, again. Witter gets close. Oh, Colin Lynes is good work. Just unravelling in the last part of that.
Don't stop for these fights and get that fucking one of them in there. You've been made, mate, you're there. You're tough as nails, do you hear me? You come, don't go this far now, Colin. You come this far now. This is the way we want to get the 6-round bit, right? Get it out over with, and then you're going to start tiring. Do you hear me? It will start tiring. You can do 12 rounds. Don't start feeling sorry. That's what we've seen, yeah? Don't. Right?
This is where they wanted to get in the fight, but that was a slight problem at the end of that one, wasn't it?
Well, the problem is we always knew Witter had the power to get Lynes under control with one clean shot, and that's the best punch Witter has landed so far, one of the few real clean shots, and you see the reaction in Lynes. He covered up well, his wits were still about him. He did the right thing, he survived to get through the crisis, but I wonder if that has dented his confidence a little bit.
Second half, very interesting encounter as Colin Lynes tries to rise to the occasion and rip the 3 titles away from Junior Witter. And whatever happens now, Jim, he's done a pretty good job.
He's done a good job, Adam. He's here to win titles, remember. I think I'd like to see Lynes try to come forward a little bit more often. You can see I've got nothing in it because the couple of rounds in the trot that I scored to Lynes. Boxing well again, but I'd like to see him come forward a little bit more. I mean, Witter is the boss on the front foot. Try pushing him back. It's time to try something different if you want to win this fight.
Still patches of waywardness from Junior Witter, who has had a big problem with that left hand this year.
Keep it out, Lynes. Right. Okay.
I mean, there's people that will say, Jim, he's not the fighter he was a year and a half ago, Witter.
That's probably the case, but I think he's also taken this one a little bit lightly. I think at domestic level, Ricky Hatton apart, I think he felt he could wipe the floor with anyone, but that's not happening here.
Trying to outthink each other now in the 7th. Lynes on the back foot, attempting to make Witter miss again and counter.
He's moving well, he's nullifying well up close Lynes, but that negative look about his boxing again is maybe what's going to cost him here.
Richie Davis refereeing, but remember we now have 3 judges to score. Colin Lynes very in favour of that. They have different interpretations of what's happening.
There's a look about Lynes' work when he's throwing punches as though he's expecting to be countered. But there's not really that little bit of confidence he had earlier. Seems to have been shaken a little bit. It's going to have to come forward, or Witter's just going to stay in control of the action.
Occasionally wary of the power that Witter brings, shaken by that right hand at the end of the 6th. Richie Davis.
I think too many instructions coming from the corner. I think Richie Davis is maybe... But that just shows you how worried the corner are. It just shows you, do they think this fight's in the balance as well?
Too much talking from Brendan Dominic and John Ingle. Can't believe that. Well, it's really fascinating. This light welterweight league at the moment. Look at this. Ricky Hatton after the win over Kostiatsu. Floyd Mayweather got a fight against Charmaine Mitchell. Many people think he's the best pound for pound. Miguel Cotto just about held on to his WBO version. There's Carlos Mauser, who's taking on Hatton. Witter about number 7. And does Colin Lynes come into the reckoning of what he's done so far?
Yeah, all right.
Well, no, I don't think by any
no
stretch of the
problem.
imagination Colin even really deserves to be in the top 20, and neither does Junior Witter. With tonight's performance, everything's forced. It's as though maybe, I don't know if the sparring hasn't gone well, but his timing's non-existent. Having said that, Lynes here, his survival tactic have been excellent, but if he's hoping to win 3 titles tonight, he's going to have to start going for it, be a bit more positive, try and come forward a bit more.
This the round that Colin Lynes lost for the first time as a professional, when he was beaten, pulled out against Samuel Malinga in this very ring. But he's still very much with Junior Witter, and a lot of people didn't think he'd hear the bell this late on.
You know, if you're actually scoring this fight and clean punches landed, I mean, you can see the fight any way you like, because although Witter looks to be dominating and controlling things, he's not really finding the target much. Now and again he's clipped with little counters. But to win fights on the back foot, you have to be seen clearly to win them, and you cannot say Colin Lynes has been doing that, which is why I have Witter in front.
And although Colin Lynes is the house fighter, Junior Witter is the triple champion. Left hook from Witter. There's the difference in strength.
Exactly, Adam. Lynes landed a decent right hand. Witter came right through it, landed a left hook, which forced him to back off.
Creditable performance from Colin Lynes. But is it going to be good enough to win him these titles? I mean, how many shots cleanly has Witter landed? Not that many.
Very, very few. But Lynes just doesn't have the look of a man who has gone out to collect 3 championships tonight. He's boxed well, he's survived well, he's frustrated well, but he just doesn't have the look of a man who's winning titles. Witter, it's a dreadful performance by his own standards, but he always looks as though he's in control of things. But his timing is a mile off.
And for Witter, on the back of another poor performance last time out, he'll be very frustrated and angry with himself, and you can see in his eyes, just can't get to grips with this fight as he would like to have done.
Well, Adam, I didn't think Lynes won against Sarmiento. I thought he was fortunate in that night. And this is a similar type of fight. A lot of these rounds are not easy to score because there's so few real good quality punches landing cleanly.
Again, Witter's open. Very close round. Fair few have been. Look at this. Punches landed, only 51 to 42. You know, there's no real dominance.
No, I mean, it's very watchable because you have the feeling of drama at any point because we know Witter has the power. But he's boxing dreadfully, his technique is a mile off. Lynes' tactics, as far as frustration is concerned, are perfect. But I think if he wants to win titles, it has to be a little bit more positive.
You hear him with the straight shots.
But far inside Brendan and John in Junior Witter's ear. Paul Cook predicted the upset. Junior Witter was 20 to 1 on with the bookies to win this. Lynes 7 to 1 against before they started. Well, Lynes has already made a mockery of those odds. But is he just content to survive his way through and be beaten on points? That's a possibility.
Well, I mean, there are times that he is trying to counter. He's not just covering up, he's not grabbing hold, he's not spoiling. He is putting up a decent performance, but I just feel if he wants it, it's time to go forward a bit more and try and get it.
I mean, in Witter, you had a man who upset Jan Bergman, destroyed Giuseppe Lowry, and went the distance at short notice against Zab Judah. And Lynes' best win probably against Kevin Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a much higher class Witter, but he just hasn't solved Lynes out today. I mean, Lynes has come in with a plan, he's executed it well. I mean, he's done a lot better than a lot of people, myself included, thought he would have done. I thought there was a danger of a quick KO defeat for him tonight. He's trying to go forward now. This is what he must do. If he wants to win this, he's got to start going for it.
This is the territory where Witter has struggled of late. Can Lynes impose himself, trying to double up the jab?
There hasn't been one decent punch in this round at all. Everything Witter's doing is out of range as well. He's going into that little mode that's going the distance, so I'm just dropping down a level. This is where Lynes must raise it and see if he can get something out of this.
Sticking to the task, trying to come forward, Colin Lynes. Blocking Witter's punches again.
Well, sometimes, Adam, you score a round level because it's so good you can't split them. This looks like a level round because nothing much has happened. Hardly a worthwhile punch landed in this round.
Posturing, blocking, neither committing fully. Strange.
I mean, this is a point where you wonder if Lynes could have a little bit more confidence in what he was doing, if he could have maybe nicked this round into the bank, but he will not commit himself. Good left hook there, but he takes one back and he's shaken.
Big right hand from Witter. There's the difference when they connect. That's where Witter has the edge. But too little of it.
Really? Work with him all the time. Come on, mate, you ain't gonna go in here fucking just to walk with the
You've got to work,
win the
says
fight.
Paul Cook. Trying to fire him up.
Do you hear me? You're behind on points, that when you're walking back, you've got to start working.
They know he's behind. He's got to go for it now.
Yeah, well, history has shown us that you see the worst of Junior Witter in the last third of the fight. He's frustrated here, he's been forcing his work, so he's probably a bit more tired than he would have expected to be at this stage in his career. So if Lynes has anything left, he better produce it now, because he's losing it on my card, and I think his corner feel the same way.
This is what they are fighting for. Commonwealth at the bottom, the famous Lonsdale belt in the middle, and the European. 3 prestigious titles. Junior Witter holds them, maybe on the way to retaining them, but you just don't know how the judges Mark Green, Terry O'Connor and Mickey Vann are scoring these. I mean, Ed Robinson's got Brendan Ingle in the corner. Let's get
Brendan, a frustrating night for Junior?
Well, it is, but I've got him 3 rounds up. I've got him 3 rounds up. The other fella's grabbing him, holding him, not being disrespectful to the referee. The referee's letting him hold him. Understand? If it was the other way around, he wouldn't do it, you see. But the point is, I've got him 3 rounds up now, but he's got to push it home now with him.
Thanks, Brendan.
3 rounds up, says Brendan Ingle. Much the same feeling.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't argue with Brendan scoring, but I think it's a bit cruel to Lynes saying he's been holding all the while, because that's not the case. Plus the fact, well, you see, I have it pretty much the same 3 points up. I mean, Richie Davis is an excellent referee. If he'd been holding, he would have been told about it. But Richie Davis has been able to stay out of this for most of the time.
You've got to work harder, say the Lynes corner. Witter just been in control of this that bit more throughout, but it has not been impressive, not for you, Jim.
Certainly not been a world-class performance. I mean, full credit to Lynes. He was a heavy underdog. He's done a lot better than I expected him to do so. Things carrying on. Well, whatever happens now, he goes out with a lot of credit. But if Junior Witter thought he was putting himself in the shop window this evening, to get promoters chapping on the door, then it hasn't happened.
Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya was raving about him when he went to the States. I think he will be when he sees a tape of this.
See, against opponents who are prepared to stand in front of Witter, he looks different class, definite world class, but he's had to go looking for an opponent tonight, and he hasn't enjoyed it one bit. And even Witter is not really fully committing himself. It's as though he wants to do it the easy way too. And he's the one with the power. He should be the one taking chances, be prepared to take a shot to land a better one.
Lynes continually freewheeling around the ring, moving, coming in with an occasional combination. Been flat at times.
I mean, it has always been watchable because, I mean, you keep feeling that there's a drama about to take place, but there's just been so few clean punches, real quality shots.
Out of range, Lynes. So too Witter. Crowd here trying to rally Colin Lynes. Get him in the corner though.
Whack the jab to the chest and then work. Just throw him in crunches. When you're throwing them, you're coming at the clinch and you're like that. You put your hands down here. Whoa, with your hands back up, right? They come crunches.
We have to remember, Adam, I mean, this was a big ask for Colin Lynes. He's never been at this level before. I mean, he's boxing a man who's rated #1 in the WBC. I mean, it was a tall order for him, and he's coped with it wonderfully well. He's kept himself in the fight, he's kept it fairly close, but just didn't have enough belief in himself. So it looks like on my card, certainly Junior Witter will be going home with the 3 belts.
Six minutes to go. British, Commonwealth, European titles. Property of Junior Witter. Feeling at ringside is that he may just be on top by a few rounds as he tries to up the pace, go through the gears on Colin Lynes.
I mean, I wonder why he doesn't walk through what Lynes has got and just have a battle with him, because he has the strength, he has the power to really take command, but he's still trying to do it the neat, tidy way, trying to nick the punches. So it looks like this is going to carry on for the next couple of rounds.
Witter's always had a style based on speed and reflexes and timing. 31 and a half now.
Fans will be delighted about the show that he's put up tonight. I mean, he's facing a man who we were saying before the fight was definite world class, hasn't looked world class tonight, that's for sure. But a lot of that is down to the performance Lynes has put up. Good right hand from Lynes.
A lovely shot again. Witter's head static. Done really well tonight, Colin Lynes, with all the odds against him. Few gave him a hope even of getting this far.
Well, again, Witter struggling to find any target. Out of range, when he's in range, he's missing again.
Doing well now, Lynes.
I mean, you just wonder, I wonder if Colin will look at the tape and think, if I only had put the accelerator down a couple of rounds earlier, when I let the punches go, I was landing. If only I had done a little bit more.
Another right hand crashes into Witter's very sturdy chin. And maybe Jim's right, work rate. If he just carried on, firing out the jab, the punches.
It's when he manages to come forward that he gets some success. I mean, Witter lunging now with the punches. All the frustration tonight we've seen has come from Junior Witter. He's had to force everything tonight. Nothing has come smoothly.
And apart from that moment in the 6th round, Lynes has rarely been troubled by Witter's power.
And he's boxing well in this round. I'm sure he's going to have 1 or 2 regrets, but at the same time, I think he'll be delighted with his overall performance, because we have to give it, and he has done really well tonight.
Absolutely. Put it into context. Great 11 for Colin Lynes.
So where you go? You in, mate? You know what round you're in? Go round. Go out. Now come on. I want more than saves, Colin. He's fucking tired as well. Right?
More, he wants more, Paul Cook.
Come on, get on top.
I mean, he's given it his all. He's stuck to the tactics.
Come on.
But he's not going to become champion in your mind, is he?
No, it's just too many rounds where he wasn't giving enough of himself. I mean, we expected him to lose the early rounds. I didn't mind that, because you had to be so wary of Witter in the early stages. So he had a bit of a mountain to climb after the first 3 or 4 rounds. But he did put a couple of good rounds together. I thought he won the 11th round. So he's not all that far away.
White Kelly clapping Colin Lynes on. I'm sure the whole team will be absolutely ecstatic that he's touched gloves for the final round of what's been a chess match, really. A fight very, very much worth watching, but lacking in the drama. Will we have something late on here? Can Lynes do something big?
Well, Adam, as I say, if all you want to count is clean punches landed in this fight, you could score it any way you like. I just feel that Witter has looked more like the man in charge, like the man in control of things, whereas Lynes hasn't quite done enough to lift 3 titles. But Witter has found the target cleanly, so few times, who knows what they could come up with.
And maybe this is the sort of fight that we're now glad we've got 3 judges at ringside. Different interpretations.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's high time we actually. Britain now does that with title fights, the 3 judges. Just a little bit scrappy now in the last round.
Whatever happens, and that's a good shot from Junior Witter, this is going to be a moral victory for Colin Lynes, his team and his fans.
I mean, when Lynes has let the straight punches go, he's never had any problem catching Witter. I mean, Witter is the one who's all over the place here looking to clinch. Really a poor performance from Junior Witter, but again, full credit to Lynes for causing that to happen.
Tried desperately hard, Colin Lynes, but he gives some of the middle rounds away. Lack of work rate, maybe. Last minute.
I mean, Witter's work is a complete mess in this round. This is unbelievable. I mean, his work does tend to deteriorate as a fight wears on. But look at the clinching here. I mean, he's the one doing all the clinching here. Heads came together and Witter caught it in the chin.
Yeah, total frustration here for Junior Witter as Colin Lynes finishes strongly and unlocks weaknesses in the Witter defence.
This is another poor round, accuracy-wise, for Junior Witter.
Sum up in a sentence both men's performance.
Well, I think Lynes above and beyond the call of duty, because we didn't really expect much from him. As a world-class performer, Junior Witter is really, we have to say, it's been dreadful, but I think he's done enough to hang on to his titles.
They embrace. The York Hall crowd goes wild, but it is Junior Witter firstly that's held aloft by Dominic Ingle, and now Colin Lynes is too by the Cooks. Is it a case of Witter retaining his titles But Colin Lynes very much getting the moral victory.
No, I tell you what, Adam, it's the kind of fight that both men are in with a shout. That's the thing. I have Witter winning it because he looked like the guy winning it through it, but you can see that the stats here, punches landed, there's nothing in it. So it's the kind of fight that Colin Lynes, until the decision is announced, he has a shout, he has a hope. I don't think he's done enough. I have him 3 points behind as you can see, but an excellent performance. But last time when he boxed Armiento, I thought he lost. He got the verdict that night. Will we see the same thing tonight? We'll find out quite soon.
Junior Witter looks slightly concerned. Let's have a look back at what happened.
I mean, Witter missing all the way through, as you can see here, and being caught with counters. If Lynes doesn't get the decision, see, that's the time. Any time he was caught cleanly, he really was shaken. Witter does have tremendous power. Oh, but there again, he made so many mistakes because he was the one being frustrated. The man we see who has frustrated every opponent he's ever faced, he was the one tonight who was completely frustrated. So excellent performance all the way through from Lynes. I don't think he's done it, but we'll find out if he has.
Hard rounds to score, and this is what it's all about. British, European and Commonwealth titles. Has Colin Lynes done enough? What a win that would be. Or has Witter held on in a pretty poor performance? Mark Green, Terry O'Connor, Mickey Vann, the only men that matter now. And the cards are being totted up, and we will find out just how they've interpreted things with John McDonald.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of championship boxing, the 3 judges' scorecards read. Judge Terry O'Connor scored the contest 115-114. Mark Green has scored the contest 117-112. And Judge Mickey Vann has scored the contest 116-112. All 3 judges are in favour of. And still, the British, Commonwealth and European light welterweight champion from Bradford, Junior Witter.
Junior Witter keeps hold of his 3 titles. The judges, Jim, scored it pretty much like yourself.
Yeah, well, it wasn't an easy to fight 2 scores, but you always felt that Witter was the one who had the look of a champion. But wouldn't it be nice now, Adam, maybe if he gave up at least one of those titles and let the guys below make a living out of this game? He doesn't need the 3 titles. He's world class, he's world rated. At least give up the British, maybe even the Commonwealth, and let the guys coming behind make a wage here and there. I did it myself, Adam, and most fighters do that. He doesn't need 3 titles. Keep the European, give the other 2 up.
We've got plenty of action still to come here on Friday Fight Night. Roy Rutherford and Billy Corcoran clash for the English super featherweight crown. And also George Hilliard, who's a very interesting 20-year-old professional from these parts, up against Ernie Smith. As Junior Witter keeps hold of those belts, but what sort of a message did that send to the world elite? And for Colin Lynes, he must be, well, maybe disappointed, but also delighted that he went the distance. But it is Junior Witter that the attention is on, and Ed Robinson will have some interesting questions.
Well, Junior, was that showing you'd rather forget?
Kind of. Listen, the main thing is I got in there and won. I've got to thank Mick Hennessy for getting the fight, putting the fight on. I mean, Barry did a great job. But I look at it, I think, I want the world title. I'm not hungry for these fights anymore. I've done the British, Commonwealth and European. I want the world title.
Did you underestimate Colin Lynes tonight?
Not really. I knew he had a good chance. I knew it would be a hard fight. I knew it wouldn't be as easy as people thought it was. I thought I'd hurt him and stop him, but I never got myself in brilliant performance. It wasn't a brilliant performance. I didn't put my punches together all too well, but all in all, I went in, I won. He's a very tough kid. I mean, he took some good shots, he came back, and I'm sure he could win one of these titles when I've vacated.
Colin, are you proud of your performance tonight or disappointed with the result?
Yeah, I am. The fight ran away, really. I knew I'd taken past 4, and after 4 was when it's my turn to work, and the judges see it, what way they see it, you know, I've got no complaints. But this guy ain't so bad after all, I tell you. He gets a lot of stick, but he's a good professional, and I think he'll go on to bigger and better things.
Could you have done a little bit more? Your tactics seem to work, but could you have been a bit more ambitious, perhaps?
Yeah, you know, the rounds go, they just flew by. The rounds just flew by. I wanted to before I knew it was the end of another round. And, you know, this fella ain't number 1 in the world for nothing. You know, and he done his job tonight. What can I do? I've done my best. Someone's got to step up and give these guys a good run for their money, and I'm proud that I did that tonight.
Well done tonight. Junior, some people might say you've slipped. What would you say to them?
Bring on someone who's going to make me work. Bring on someone to beat me up. I don't care who it is. Any of the world champions, I'll take them on. I mean, that's what I want. I want to fight I can dig my teeth into, something I can really aim for. Something I know I've really got to win. Yeah. Colin Lynes, no disrespect to him, yeah, but he's not the world champion, and I want the world champion. So that's what I'm really hungry for. That's what I'm desperate for, and that's what I want. Now, some people say that wasn't a styling performance, but I won, which is the main thing. I get in and I win. I mean, I'll get him the world champion and I'll win the world title. I'm not bothered who it is, if it's Mayweather, if it's Hatton, if it's Cotto, I'm not really bothered.
Well done tonight, both of you. Good fight.
There we go.
And so say all of us, Junior. Please get on with it and maybe give the fellas like Lynes behind you something to aim at. Thoughts of his gym mate Johnny Nelson on that Witter win next. And at super featherweight, Roy Rutherford against Billy Corcoran.